Hello, genealogists. It's Craig again with Just Genealogy, and it's another discount book. Remember how this works. If you order this book within the next 24 hours, you get a 40% discount. If you order it within the time period after that, after noon tomorrow, that means that you get a 20% discount. So no matter how you cut it, you get a discount. So that's what the fun is. So sometime this week, I was talking to somebody about the Toledo Blade, and it reminded me that I remembered something about the Toledo Blade, but I couldn't quite put my finger on what it was. And that bothered me, so I went looking for what I knew about the Toledo Blade. So it turns out that I have a book that mentions the Toledo Blade, where the Toledo Blade is a newspaper in Toledo, Ohio. That there was a man by the name of John McElroy. I think that was his name. Yes, McElroy. Who was in the, 16th Illinois Cavalry, I think is what he was in. Company I, 16th Illinois Cavalry. And he had, that was a Civil War unit, Union unit. And he had the misfortune to end up in Andersonville. Well, if you know anything about Andersonville, it was a Union prison where lots of people died of either starvation, disease, or exposure. In fact, more people died in Union prisons and in Confederate prisons than were killed on the field of battle. In Andersonville alone, 45,613 soldiers were imprisoned, and 12,912 of them never returned. This book, which is Andersonville, the Story of a Rebel Prison's 15 Months a Guest of the So-Called Southern Confederacy, a Private Soldier's Experience in Richmond, Andersonville, Savannah, Millen, Blackshear, and Florence, is what we're talking about. So what started as a few short serial sketches of prison life for the Toledo Blade in 1878 soon became an obsession for the author after he received over 3,000 unsolicited letters from surviving prisoners expressing gratitude that the true story of their captivity had finally been told. The author had worked as a journalist for a few years before his enlistment in the Union Army and eventual capture. As a journalist, the author had acquired the habit of noticing and memorizing every striking or thrilling incident. There are many names and sketches of interesting prison personalities, and this book is augmented by the inclusion of a new full name index to help those interested in locating accounts of some of the men who served time at Andersonville. In this book, you will find accounts of plots to overrun the stockade, tunnels being dug, spies and traitors within the prison walls, great escapes, bands of thieves, organized crime, prize fights, executions, great acts of friendship and mercy, singing, some music is included, and many deaths, some heroic, but mostly senseless. This is the story of a 15-month stay in rebel prisons, where the author freely admits the average life expectancy was not over 3 months. The author's survival seems remarkable, and so is his first-hand accounts. This book also contains an eye-opening abstract from the notes of Dr. R. Randolph Stevenson, Chief Surgeon of the Confederate States Military Prison Hospitals, which describes in hideous detail the state of disease and death at Andersonville Stockade and Hospital, as well as sympathetic account of Captain Wirtz's trial. Captain Wirtz was the only individual who actually was accused of committing war crimes during the Civil War and was eventually hung, the only individual to be hung for participating in the war after the war. And of all the prison keepers, he's the only one that gets punished. Complete with over 150 illustrations, this book is a thrilling, at the same time gripping account of daily prison life in the Confederacy. And it's described as a must for any who are interested in the Civil War in all of its gruesome detail. So we have actually other books that deal with Andersonville and prisons. We have books on Libby. We have books on the Sultana disaster, where many of the prisoners, Union prisoners from Andersonville, would end up on a steamship on their way home, and that steamship would be overloaded and the boilers would burst and it would sink and lots would die. And we can talk about that at some point in the future. We also have a book on the congressional investigation into Confederate prisons. So there are a few things out there already. So a couple of things. One, if there's a book that you would like me to talk about and put on book discount day, just drop me a line, put it in the comments or something, and I'll do my best to see if I can accommodate you. It may be a book from us. It may be a book from somewhere else. What I can do, I will do. Don't forget that you have to purchase this book within the next 24 hours in order to get a 40% discount. And if it's after that, then it will be a 20% discount. So this has been Craig with Just Genealogy. Another book discount day. Here at Just Genealogy, we're converting people doing genealogy into genealogists day by day. If you had somebody in Andersonville, put it in the comments. I may know something about them. I can't promise you anything, but if you had somebody in Andersonville, put it in the comments. Maybe I can find something. Well, thank you all very much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you haven't told your friends about Just Genealogy, please do. Don't forget to hit that bell so that you get notified. I look forward to your comments. Thank you all very much.